Hi there, friends. Welcome back to another exciting journey into improving your English skills. I'm so glad you're here because today we're tackling a challenge that so many language learners face, thinking and speaking in English with confidence. If you've ever felt nervous, hesitant, or unsure when it's time to speak English, don't worry. You're not alone. Speaking a new language can feel like stepping onto a stage without a script. But the good news is, with the right mindset and practice, you can turn this challenge into an exciting adventure. And I'm here to guide you every step of the way. In this video, we're going to dive deep into practical tips and strategies to help you think faster and speak more naturally in English. Whether you're just starting or already have some experience, these steps will build your confidence, improve your fluency, and most importantly, make speaking English feel effortless. So grab a notebook, get comfortable, and let's unlock your English speaking potential together. Section 1. Understand the importance of thinking in English. When it comes to learning English, one of the biggest challenges for many learners is thinking in their native language and then translating into English. While this might feel natural at first, it can slow you down and make speaking fluently much harder. Let's explore why this happens, why thinking directly in English is so important, and how it can transform your fluency. Why translating from your native language slows you down. Imagine this. Someone asks you a question in English. The first thing you do is think about the answer in your native language. Then you try to translate it word for word into English. By the time you figure it out, the conversation might have already moved on. This process of translating isn't just slow. It can also lead to mistakes. Different languages have unique grammar rules, sentence structures, and cultural expressions. Trying to fit one language into the framework of another often results in awkward or incorrect sentences. For example, in many languages, adjectives might come after nouns, a car red, whereas in English, adjectives come before nouns, a red car. If you're constantly translating, these differences can trip you up. The key takeaway? Translating is like carrying extra baggage. It weighs you down and keeps you from speaking naturally. Benefits of training. Your brain to think directly in English. Learning to think in English is a game changer. When your thoughts flow naturally in English, you don't need to pause and translate. This makes your speech faster, smoother, and more confident. Here are some major benefits. 1. Fluency boost. Thinking in English helps you respond quicker in conversations. You'll no longer pause awkwardly, searching for words or grammar. 2. Better understanding of context. Instead of focusing on individual words, you'll start grasping the overall meaning of sentences, just like a native speaker. 3. Reduced stress. Translating can feel like a mental workout, leaving you tired and frustrated. Thinking directly in English simplifies the process, making communication more enjoyable. 4. Improve pronunciation and grammar. When you think in English, your brain gets used to its natural rhythms and structures. Over time, your pronunciation and grammar improve without you even realizing it. 5. More confidence. The more you think in English, the more natural it feels. This confidence will show in your speech and make you more comfortable in real-life situations. Examples of fluent speakers who use this technique. Many successful language learners have achieved fluency by training their brains to think in their target language. For example, 1. Polyglots. People who speak multiple languages, known as polyglots, often emphasize the importance of thinking directly in the language they're speaking. They practice by immersing themselves in the language through reading, writing, and speaking without relying on translation. 2. Famous figures. Take someone like Jackie Chan, who learned English later in life. He's known for immersing himself in English-speaking environments and practicing nonstop to the point where he could think and communicate directly in English without hesitation. 3. Everyday learners. Ordinary language learners around the world use this technique. For instance, many students who study abroad quickly adapt to thinking in English because they are constantly surrounded by it. These examples show that thinking in English isn't just a skill for naturals or geniuses. It's something anyone can learn with practice and persistence. In summary, understanding why translating slows you down and recognizing the benefits of thinking directly in English is the first step to fluency. By changing how your brain processes the language, you'll open the door to faster, more natural communication. Remember, this isn't something that happens overnight. It's a journey. But with each step, you'll get closer to thinking and speaking in English like a pro. Section 2. Steps to start thinking in English. Thinking in English is a skill you can build step by step. Like learning any new habit, it takes time and consistent practice, but it's absolutely achievable. In this section, we'll go through 5 practical and actionable steps to help you train your brain to think in English. These techniques are easy to integrate into your daily routine and will help you build confidence, improve fluency, and think faster in English. Let's dive in. 1. Build a mental vocabulary. The foundation of thinking in English starts with having enough words and phrases at your disposal. If you know the words for the things you see, hear, and experience daily, it becomes easier to form thoughts directly in English. How to build your vocabulary. Learn daily words. Focus on the vocabulary you need the most. For example, learn words related to your routine, such as breakfast, commute, office, or shopping. Use flashcards or apps. Apps like Anki or Quizlet are great for memorizing new words. Flashcards allow you to review vocabulary quickly and repeatedly, which helps your brain retain them. Create word lists. Write down new words you encounter in a notebook or a digital file. Group them by themes, such as kitchen items, clothing, or emotions. Practice tip. Each time you learn a new word, try to use it in a sentence or relate it to something in your life. For instance, if you learn the word rainy, think, "It's a rainy day today." This connection makes it easier to recall the word when you need it. 2. Practice internal dialogue. One of the best ways to think in English is to have conversations with yourself in your mind. Internal dialogue helps you form sentences and express ideas without the pressure of speaking out loud. How to practice internal dialogue. Narrate your day. Talk to yourself about what you're doing or planning to do. For example, when making coffee, think, "I'm boiling water. I'll add 2 spoons of sugar." Ask yourself questions. Pretend you're having a conversation with yourself. Ask questions like, "What should I eat for lunch?" Or, "What do I need to buy today?" Then answer them in English. Set reminders. Create reminders on your phone to pause and think in English for a few minutes each day. Practice tip. Start small and focus on simple thoughts. As you get more comfortable, challenge yourself with more complex ideas or even imaginary conversations with others. 3. Label your environment. Your surroundings can become an excellent tool for practicing English. By labeling items around you, you're constantly reminded of their English names, helping you think in English without effort. How to label your environment. Use sticky notes. Write the English names of objects, like mirror, chair, or laptop, on sticky notes and place them on those items. Mental tags. If you don't want to use physical labels, mentally name the objects you see. For example, as you walk into a room, think a table, a lamp, curtains. Digital labels. On your phone or computer, change the language to English. This way you'll interact with English terms every day. Practice tip. Challenge yourself to describe your environment in sentences. Instead of just naming objects, think, the chair is next to the table, or the clock is on the wall. 4. Visualize situations in English. Visualization is a powerful technique for building fluency. By imagining situations and practicing how you would respond, you prepare your mind to think and react in English during real-life conversations. How to visualize situations. Imagine conversations. Think about a scenario, like ordering coffee at a cafe or introducing yourself to someone new. Visualize what the other person might say and how you would respond. Role-play scenarios. Pretend you're in a job interview, asking for directions, or shopping at a market. Practice your lines in English as if you were actually there. Use prompts. If you're unsure what to visualize, use prompts like, how would I describe my weekend to a friend? Or, what would I say if someone asked about my favorite movie? Practice tip. Combine visualization with speaking practice by saying your imagined responses out loud. This helps reinforce both thinking and speaking skills. 5. Immerse in English media. Immersing yourself in English through media is one of the most enjoyable and effective ways to train your brain to think in English. The more you expose yourself to the language, the more natural it becomes to process your thoughts in English. How to immerse in English media. Watch without subtitles. Start with English shows, movies, or YouTube videos. If you're a beginner, use subtitles at first, but gradually turn them off to challenge your comprehension. Listen to podcasts. Choose podcasts that interest you and listen actively. Try to focus on how sentences are structured and pick up new vocabulary. Mimic speech patterns. When watching or listening, pause and repeat sentences aloud. Copy the speaker's tone, rhythm, and pronunciation. This practice helps you think and sound more like a native speaker. Practice tip. Set a daily goal to watch or listen to at least 10 minutes of English content. Gradually increase the time as you get more comfortable. Building the habit of thinking in English takes time, but these steps will make the process much easier and more enjoyable. Start with 1 or 2 techniques that feel most natural to you, and gradually incorporate the others into your daily routine. Remember, every small effort counts. Whether you're naming objects, narrating your day, or watching a movie, you're training your brain to process English faster and more effectively. The more consistent you are, the sooner you'll find yourself thinking and speaking in English effortlessly. Section 3. Develop speaking confidence. One of the biggest obstacles to speaking fluently in English is a lack of confidence. Many learners feel shy or afraid of making mistakes, which can hold them back from practicing and improving. But here's the truth. Confidence comes with practice, and every small step forward helps you grow. In this section, we'll explore 4 powerful strategies to help you develop speaking confidence and feel more comfortable communicating in English. 1. Start small and build up. Gaining confidence doesn't happen overnight, so it's important to begin with manageable steps. By starting small, you can build a strong foundation and gradually expand your skills. How to start small. Speak to yourself in front of a mirror. Practice speaking simple sentences while looking at yourself in the mirror. This helps you become comfortable with the way you sound and appear when speaking English. For example, try saying, "Hello, my name is your name, and I like reading books." Over time, add more details to your sentences. Use short sentences. Begin with small phrases or single sentences, such as "I am going to work" or "This is my favorite food." Once you're comfortable, start combining sentences into longer thoughts. Practice tip. Set aside 5 to 10 minutes each day to practice in the mirror. It may feel awkward at first, but it's a safe and effective way to grow your confidence. 2. Practice with friends or a partner. Practicing with others is one of the best ways to boost your speaking confidence. A supportive environment where you can speak English without fear of judgment can make all the difference. How to practice with others. Join English speaking groups. Look for local or online groups where people practice speaking English. These communities are often welcoming and full of learners like you. Find a language partner. Use apps like HelloTalk, Tandem, or Speaky to connect with native speakers or fellow learners who want to practice English. Many people are happy to exchange conversation practice in English for another language you might know. Engage in daily conversations. If you have friends or family members who speak English, try chatting with them regularly. Even short conversations can help you gain confidence. Practice tip. Start with casual topics like hobbies, favorite foods, or weekend plans. Gradually move on to more challenging subjects as your confidence grows. 3. Record and evaluate yourself. Recording your voice is a highly effective way to identify areas for improvement and track your progress. It also helps you become more comfortable with the sound of your own voice in English. How to record and evaluate. Record short sentences. Start by recording yourself reading a sentence or a paragraph aloud. Choose something simple, like a daily affirmation or a line from your favorite book. Listen for clarity and pronunciation. Pay attention to how clear your words sound and whether your pronunciation matches native speakers. Don't be too critical. Just identify 1 or 2 things to improve each time. Re-record and compare. After identifying areas for improvement, record yourself again and compare the 2 versions. Over time, you'll notice significant progress. Practice. Tip. Try recording yourself once a week. At the end of each month, listen to your older recordings to hear how much you've improved. This will boost your confidence and motivation. 4. Be okay with mistakes. One of the most important steps in developing speaking confidence is accepting that mistakes are a natural part of learning. Nobody speaks perfectly all the time, not even native speakers. How to embrace mistakes. Focus on communication. Remember, the goal of speaking is to communicate, not to be perfect. If the person you're talking to understands you, you've succeeded. Laugh at your mistakes. Treat your mistakes as learning opportunities. For example, if you accidentally say, I eat a table, instead of I eat at a table, laugh it off and correct yourself. Learn from feedback. When someone corrects you, don't take it personally. Instead, view it as valuable feedback that will help you improve. Practice. Tip. Remind yourself that every mistake brings you closer to fluency. Write down any common mistakes you make and practice correcting them so you feel more confident the next time. Developing speaking confidence. Building confidence in speaking English takes time, patience, and practice. By starting small, practicing with others, recording yourself, and embracing mistakes, you'll gradually overcome your fears and feel more comfortable expressing yourself in English. Remember, confidence isn't about being perfect. It's about believing in your ability to communicate. Every time you speak, you're improving. So keep going and celebrate your progress along the way. Section 4. Tricks to think faster in English. Thinking quickly in English is a skill that can greatly improve your fluency and make you sound more natural in conversations. When you're able to respond without hesitation, you not only speak more confidently, but you also gain the ability to engage in smoother, more dynamic conversations. In this section, we'll explore 3 tricks to help you think faster in English. These techniques will give you more time to organize your thoughts and respond more naturally, even in unexpected situations. 1. Use filler words to buy time. One of the easiest ways to give yourself extra time to think while speaking is by using filler words. These are words or phrases that don't add significant meaning to the sentence, but help to keep the conversation going and give you time to formulate your next idea. How filler words help you. Buy time. When you're searching for the right word or trying to complete a thought, filler words act as a buffer, allowing you a moment to collect your thoughts. Sound more natural. Native speakers often use filler words in their speech, so incorporating them into your own conversation will help you sound more fluent and less like you're reading from a script. Common filler words in English. Well, no. Well, I think it's a good idea to try something new. You know, I like playing soccer, because it's very exciting. Like, it's like really important to stay focused in class. Actually, I haven't seen that movie yet. I mean, it's good. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's okay. Practice. Tip. Try practicing with filler words while speaking aloud. For instance, when you're answering a question, add a filler word at the beginning to give yourself a few extra seconds to think. Well, I'd say that, or, it's interesting because. 2. Memorize sentence starters and expressions. Another great way to think faster in English is by memorizing common sentence starters and expressions. When you have a set of useful phrases ready to go, you won't have to start from scratch each time you speak. These expressions can help you begin a conversation, give your opinion, or make a transition smoothly. How sentence starters help you. Boost confidence. When you have a ready-made phrase, you don't need to panic about what to say next. You already know how to begin. Sound fluent. Native speakers often use set expressions and phrases to keep their speech flowing. By using these yourself, you'll sound more natural and confident. Useful sentence starters. Giving opinions. I think that, in my opinion, personally I believe, agreeing, disagreeing. I agree with you because I don't think that's true because introducing an idea. Let me tell you something about one thing I noticed is what I find interesting is expressing uncertainty. I'm not sure, but it could be that. I guess it depends on transitioning. By the way, speaking of which, so moving on to, on the other hand, practice tip. Write down a list of common sentence starters and expressions. The next time you practice speaking, try to incorporate these phrases into your answers. This will help you speak more fluidly and think faster. 3. Practice improvisation with random topics. One of the best ways to improve your ability to think quickly in English is to practice improvisation. This means speaking about random topics without preparation or notes. By practicing improvisation, you'll train your brain to form sentences and ideas on the spot, helping you think faster during real conversations. How improvisation helps you think faster. Encourages quick thinking. Improvisation forces you to process and respond immediately without the luxury of preparation. Builds flexibility. The more topics you practice speaking about, the more flexible you'll become in handling any subject that comes up in conversation. Boosts confidence in unpredictable situations. Sometimes conversations don't go according to plan, and improvisation can help you stay calm and composed when faced with unexpected topics. How to practice improvisation. Pick random topics. Choose a random topic from a list or use an app that generates random topics. For example, talk about your favorite vacation spot or describe how to cook your favorite meal. Set a timer, give yourself a time limit, like 1 to 2 minutes, and speak about the topic for that entire time without stopping. Try to organize your thoughts quickly and speak continuously. Practice with a partner. If you have someone to practice with, ask them to give you random topics. Take turns speaking on different subjects and provide feedback to each other. Practice tip. Start with easy topics that you're familiar with, like hobbies or daily routines. As you get more comfortable, challenge yourself with more complex topics. The goal is to speak fluidly without overthinking. Thinking faster in English. Improving your ability to think quickly in English takes time and consistent practice, but the strategies outlined in this section can help you get there. By using filler words to buy time, memorizing useful sentence starters, and practicing improvisation with random topics, you'll gradually train your brain to process English faster. The key is not to rush the process. Focus on speaking naturally and confidently, even if you don't always have the perfect answer. Over time, you'll find that your thoughts and words flow more smoothly in English, making conversations much easier and more enjoyable. As we've explored throughout this guide, becoming fluent in English is a journey that requires consistent effort, practice, and patience. The key to success lies in 3 main steps: thinking in English, practicing regularly, and immersing yourself in the language. 1. Think in English. The more you train your brain to process thoughts directly in English, the faster you'll become at speaking fluently. Start by expanding your vocabulary, practicing internal dialogue, and visualizing situations in English. 2. Practice. Confidence grows with regular practice. Use techniques like speaking to yourself, recording your voice, and engaging in conversations with others. Even small practice sessions can make a big difference. 3. Immerse yourself. Surrounding yourself with English through media, conversation, and reading helps you absorb the language naturally. The more you immerse yourself, the quicker you'll think and speak in English. Remember, the most important thing is to take small, consistent steps every day. You don't need to be perfect from the start. Every time you practice, you get one step closer to fluency, so don't be discouraged by mistakes or setbacks. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Every English thought brings you closer to fluency, and before you know it, speaking English will become second nature. Stay motivated and keep pushing forward. You've got this. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with anyone who might benefit. Your support helps me create more content to help you improve your English. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.